Hey everybody, welcome back to 2 Acres Evolving. Before I start the video, I just wanted to come on here real quick and let you all know a couple of people have reached out to me saying that scammers have been replying to their comments on the giveaway videos saying that they've won and asking for some information. I just wanted to let everybody know that that is not me or Vincent. We will never ask for any information over YouTube comments or direct messages or anything like that. Basically what's going to happen is we're going to pick the winners on March 20th. We're going to pick 2 winners from his channel and 2 winners from my channel. And then once we post that video announcing the winners, we will reply to the comments of those people on YouTube and give them directions on how to claim the prize. And I will be sure to explain all of that in the video where we announce the winners. So we're not picking any winners until March 20th, so if you get any replies or anything like that before March 20th, just ignore them. Unfortunately, there's people out there that'll try to take advantage of any situation, and we're just trying to have a little bit of fun, and they're trying to ruin it. But I just wanted to come on here and let you all know that, so I hope you all enjoy this video. Today it is a pretty rainy day out, so I thought that this would be a perfect time to come in here and start some tomato seeds. I've got lettuce, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and cabbage all going already, and they're all doing really good. And since I wasn't able to get outside and do any work, I really wanted to get in here and start some tomato seeds. There's a few varieties that I have grown before, and then there's a few varieties that I haven't, and I'm really excited to try these out. So here's my setup today. I've got my seed starting tray. I've got a 72 count tray there, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using up every cell in that tray. I've got my seeds. I've got a bowl and my starting mix and water to mix all that up. I'm going to pre-moisten the seed starting mix and then put it in the seed starting tray and then plant my seeds. With tomato plants, there's 3 different types that you want to look at. There's indeterminate, determinate, and semi-determinate. Determinate tomatoes will grow to a certain height and then they'll stop, and they also create their fruit at the same time. So these types of tomatoes are really good if you're wanting to can them, for example. When they're ripe, you can go out and harvest them all at the same time and you have plenty to can. I've never done any type of canning before, but I really want to try that this year. So I do have a couple of varieties that are determinate tomatoes, so I'm excited to try that this year. The next type is indeterminate. Now, indeterminate is basically the opposite of the determinate tomatoes. Indeterminate tomatoes will get very large. They will continue to grow throughout the entire season until the temperatures start cooling down in the fall, and they will continue to produce tomatoes all season long as well. And then the third type is semi-determinate. Now, basically this is a mix between the two. The plants will get a little bit larger than determinate tomato plants, but they won't get as big as the indeterminate, and they will produce fruit through the entire season as well. As of right now, I don't have any of the semi-determinate tomatoes, but I'll be sure to be on the lookout for those and get some to grow this season. So let me go ahead and take you back over to the seed packets, and I'll tell you about each one, and then I'll get them planted. Okay, so I have 6 different varieties here. I have 4 of the indeterminate tomatoes and 2 of the determinate tomatoes. I'll go ahead and start with the determinate. I planted this one last year. It's a Roma tomato, and I got this one from Lowe's. Actually, all the ones that you see say Fairy Morse on them, I got those from Lowe's. The Roma tomatoes, they germinate in about 7 to 10 days, and then you can harvest in 85 to 90 days. And then I have a type from M.I. Gardner. It's a Floridade tomato, and this one harvests in 75 to 80 days. So those are the 2 determinate tomatoes. And then the indeterminate types, I planted this one last year. It's a beefsteak tomato. This one germinates in 7 to 10 days as well, and about 80 days to harvest. I have this one called Cherokee Purple tomato. Now, I bought an actual plant from Lowe's last year, and this variety did not do very well, so I'm excited to try this from seed to see how well it does for me this year. This one germinates in 7 to 10 days as well, with about 82 days to harvest. And then these 2 tomato types I'm very excited about. I have this Black Beauty, which has a bluish black skin. I've seen some mixed reviews on this one, so I'm excited to try this one and taste it to see how it tastes. Some people say it tastes really good, and some people say it does not have a very good taste, so I'm excited to try this one out. And then the last variety that I'm starting today is this orange accordion. Look at the shape of that. I cannot wait to grow these. This looks really cool. And it says that the tomatoes are really large, and this one has about 80 days to harvest as well. Okay, so now I'm going to get these started. I have these plant tags here that I'm going to use. I really need to go in and buy some different ones that are not as wide. With these, I can only fit one every other row in the seed starting tray because they're so wide, which is fine for this because I plan on doing 2 rows of each variety, but I really need to go in and buy some skinnier tags. So I'm going to go ahead and get these tags written out with the varieties and then get the seed starting mix all mixed up with water and get it in the trays, and then I can get my seeds planted. Okay, so I have my seed starting tray full now. When you are filling this up, what you want to do is you want to get the seed starting mix wet, but you don't want it to be sopping wet. So if in the last clips, you'll notice that I was going in and getting a handful of the wet seed starting mix and then wringing it out as much as I could. So it's damp, but it's not sopping wet, and that's what you want. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use, I just found this pin laying around. So I'm just going to use this pin to dig a hole down in each of these cells. And all of these tomatoes need to be planted about 1/4 of an inch down. So I have a designated spot for vegetables in my backyard that I'm going to be working on here pretty soon. So some of these tomatoes will go in there. However, I also have the lot next door. For those of you that have followed me for a while, know that that lot next door used to be wooded, and I had somebody come in and clear a lot of it out. And there's a specific area over there that I'm going to be using for an orchard eventually, but I may not be able to get to that this year, and I don't want that area to just sit with nothing in it. So I plan on planting a lot of things over in that area, and I will try to put a clip up on the screen so you all know what area I'm talking about. It's a real good sunny area that I can plant vegetable plants in and flowers and all sorts of things over there. So that's what I plan on doing. I want to focus this year on planting a lot of things that I've never planted before. And with that area over there, that'll give me enough room to do that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get each of these cells planted. I'm going to be putting about 2 seeds in each of the cells just to make sure each cell germinates. And then I'll be putting these under grow lights. Okay, so I have these seeds done now, and I will keep this humidity dome over them until they germinate and start growing. This plant room stays around 75 degrees, so it's plenty warm enough for them to germinate. So in 7 to 10 days, we should start seeing some green in there. Here's an update on some of the cabbage and broccoli that I did just the other day. They've come up and they were looking a little bit leggy, so I stuck them up on 3 plant cans to get them closer to the light. But these are doing really good. And then here's the lettuce, cabbage, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts that I started a while back. They're all doing really good as well. I've been having an issue with ants out here, unfortunately, and it don't look like there's too many. The other day I came out here and everything was just covered in ants. So I went and got some of those ant bait things, and it's really thinned them out in here and taking care of them. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Since it was raining outside, I really wanted to get in here and get something done at least. So it was perfect timing to get those tomatoes done. I'm really excited to have a large garden this year and kind of expanding out into the lot next door and start growing things over there instead of just having that wasted space just sitting there with nothing growing in it. I might as well use it if I have it. Yesterday was actually a really nice day. It got up into the mid-70s yesterday, and I spent the day over at my parents' house spending time with my family, and my nieces and nephew got a new trampoline, and I helped them put it together, and I just took my camera out and took a time-lapse video of that, so I'll add that to the end of this video. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Maddie, do your job.